Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. It's an early one, but it's an angry one. I've woken up angry reading about these latest stories coming out about Cristiano Ronaldo and Ten Hag fallout. I've got to say that I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm up early, but I'm tired because it's the same old nonsense coming out of Manchester United again. And I don't know whether it's coming out of Manchester United, but what I mean in general, Manchester United, whether it's board, players, whatever, or media around Manchester United, it's always the same toxicity. We just get dragged into this. And we're going to start off with this. It's coming from the Times. It's coming from Duncan Castles. You can read that. It's claimed that Ronaldo has privately complained about the nature and quality of Ten Hag's training sessions, with United suffering heavy defeats to Man City and Brentford already this season. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I might be wrong on this. I might be right on this. But ultimately, whichever side people go on, or people who don't take sides, it's very, very clear that the similar pattern is coming out of Man United again. Where's Duncan Castles getting this from? Is it Ronaldo's camp? Is it Ten Hag's camp? Is it Manchester United and the spin machine that we know goes on there? I mean, wherever it's coming from, it doesn't actually serve a purpose for anybody, and that's why I just don't believe it. But the trouble is, the story's out there now, and therefore it will become a story. And let's not forget, Duncan Castles in the summer was the first person to break that Ronaldo wanted to leave. So therefore, there'll be some credibility to what he's saying here. So I mean, ultimately, the thing that frustrates me about this is it's a side maker again, isn't it? It's a bit like Martial FC, Pogba FC, Bruno FC. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want this individuality within Manchester United anymore, because it subconsciously makes toxicity in the fan base. If you become a fan that doesn't like Martial, or does not like Martial, or doesn't like Rashford, or does like Rashford, or doesn't like Bruno, etc., it just ultimately leads to fractions in the fan base that the media and the club can, seep into and cause divides or manipulate. And what's the overarching point of this? Ronaldo's not happy with the training of Ten Hag. I mean, Ronaldo's not happy that he's not starting. Makes sense. Even Ten Hag admitted that over the weekends. Of course, nobody's happy when they're not playing, but not being happy with his training style, that is a massive line in the sand. That is basically saying that this manager's not good enough. I don't respect this manager, which is completely the opposite to what we've heard from Fabrizio Romano, from other journalists that I would say are credible, from what you hear from around the club. What I know, and we've spoken about it on this channel, and we've had people on this channel, and we've read it externally as well. What I know is that Cristiano Ronaldo is working 100% professionally, and isn't happy about his situation, of course, but he's a model professional and he's getting on with Ten Hag. And then you get this basically saying that that Ronaldo is not happy with Ten Hag. He doesn't like his style of football, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. For me, it's just a story that's going to cause division and anger and frustration, and we just don't need it. We just do not need this at Manchester United. We've got a really big game coming up against Everton, and we do not need toxicity and division. We need people together. How can you breed mentality, physicality, consistency, intensity when you are breeding division? And this is what Ten Hag is up against. I don't believe this is an issue. I don't believe that Ten Hag and Ronaldo are loggerheads. I just don't believe it. It doesn't and hasn't been a story at all for 3 months. And then it comes out in this, and we're all meant to believe that they don't get on and they are at loggerheads. Trust me, that dressing room leaks. Trust me, that would have come out. This is coming from one source, 6 weeks in, 7 weeks, 8 weeks into the season. I just don't believe it. Cristiano Ronaldo has never been that player either. One thing we know about Ronaldo, and we spoke about this when last season people were going, do you think Ronaldo will leave? Do you think Ronaldo will leave? We said, the thing about Ronaldo is, look at Juventus, look at Real Madrid, look at Manchester United. When he left Manchester United as a young lad to go to Real Madrid, he did an interview the night before the Champions League final in 2009 and said, I'm staying at Manchester United. Within 3 weeks, he'd left. He doesn't do the whole unprofessional, cause trouble for himself, his brand, the club. He doesn't do that during a season. He always makes his mind up in the summer. Look at last season. There was no real hint from Ronaldo's camp that he was leaving. It suddenly hit like an avalanche in the June. The same thing when he was at Juventus. There was no indication that he was leaving Juventus, and then suddenly in the transfer window it happens. He's not that type of a player that leaks stuff out during the season about not being happy and wanting to leave. He just doesn't do it. Other people do. There were stories last year that Ralph Rangnick and Ronaldo didn't get on, but it wasn't coming from Ronaldo's camp. So where is this coming from? And is it even true? Because it's not Ronaldo's style. And whose purpose does it serve? Ten Hag won't want this. He's under a bit of pressure. He's just lost to Man City. He's already lost to Brentford and Brighton. It's a big game against Everton. He needs everybody fit and firing. He needs Ronaldo. He'll probably start Martial, but he needs Ronaldo. Like, he'll need him over the next few weeks. So he doesn't want to... What's the point in Ten Hag leaking negatively about Ronaldo when he probably can't even move him in January, let alone wait till the summer. So it won't be Ten Hag. It won't be Ronaldo. Why would Ronaldo be leaking against a manager in October when he's got a World Cup in 6 weeks and needs game time ahead of that, and might not even get a move in January unless he's on board with the manager who says, yes, you can go. So it doesn't serve a purpose for Ronaldo to do it in October. Does it serve a purpose for the club? Well, look, Manchester United, I can't tell you. I don't know. Manchester United are a weird club, and there's so many people involved in Man United. What the director of football thinks might be not what the CEO thinks. So who knows if it's coming from Man United? I don't know. I don't really think it really serves a purpose for Manchester United either, because Man United want a Ronaldo that's content. They want a Ronaldo that they can sell if they need to. They want things to calm down so they can focus on the manager. So it doesn't serve a purpose for Ronaldo. It doesn't serve a purpose for Ten Hag. I don't think it serves a purpose for the club. Who does it serve a purpose for? Well, if you're writing the article, it serves a purpose for you. But I'm not saying that Duncan Castles has made this up. I'm sure he's got it from somewhere. But I would lean towards this is coming from the dressing room again. I would lean towards this is coming from a source in the club again. I don't... And that's probably something nobody's thought about. Let's read it. It claims Ronaldo has privately complained about the nature and quality of Ten Hag's training sessions, with United suffering heavy defeats to Manchester City and Brentford already this season. Ronaldo as being at loggerheads with Ten Hag, who he views as stubborn and unnecessarily welded to the style of football he implemented at his former club Ajax. Well, he's not even implementing his style of football from Ajax. We're playing Ollie football, so that doesn't even make bloody sense. I'm sure Cristiano Ronaldo, having played at Real Madrid, Juventus, Manchester United twice, Portugal, one of the greatest players that's ever played the game, I think he'd figure out that we're not playing like Ajax. So we're not even playing like Ajax. So why would he be complaining about Erik Ten Hag's insistent that he wants to play like Ajax when we're not playing like Ajax? We got results against Southampton, Liverpool, Arsenal and Leicester, playing a better brand of counter-attacking football, which is what we've played for the last 3 years, which is what Ronaldo played last year. So we're not even playing Ajax football. And I think if we were, Ronaldo would be happy because we'd have 70% possession camped out on the edge of the box, and that suits a penalty box striker. So it makes no sense that Ronaldo would be moaning about an Ajax style of football that Ten Hag is trying to implement at United, which he actually isn't implementing, and would actually benefit Ronaldo. So my feeling is, yet again, this is coming from dressing room sources or somebody in the club, because it doesn't benefit Ten Hag, it doesn't benefit Ronaldo, and it doesn't really benefit Manchester United. But as we know, there may well be some... And look, just think about it. There's how many first-team players for Manchester United? Let's say there's 25. Those 25 people have got agents, they've got friends, they've got groups of people. When they're not at Man United and they're having a chat, playing FIFA or whatever, golf, this is where these stories are coming from. It only takes a certain Man United player to speak to their agent and say, you know what, Ronaldo's really not happy in training. He's got a really, he's just not his normal self. Oh, why do you think that is? Don't know. He's probably just doesn't like Ten Hag's style of football. Oh, right, okay. Duncan, do you want to listen? It just doesn't make any sense. Ronaldo wouldn't brief it anyway. Ten Hag wouldn't brief it. And I don't really think the club would. I just think it's the same old stuff again. And look, people can say there's no leaks. Wasn't it James Ducker last week was leaking good stuff? Like, there's always leaks. Like, just because the leak's negative doesn't... There are leaks. Like, we've heard about, what Martinez is like in the dressing room and around the club. That's coming... There's always leaks. It's just when they're negative leaks, they're a problem. And I just don't... We don't need this. I don't believe this. And I don't want to acknowledge this. But I see what's going on social media, and I see people going, oh, get out of my club, Ronaldo. And I think, God... You know what? Let the haters hate. Let the rivals have a pop at us. But why are Manchester United fans turning on a legend of the club when he's still at the club? I don't get it. I don't get that mentality. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm too old for this world. I don't know. But I don't get a mentality. Manchester United to me is why I support Manchester United. It's the Busby Babes. It's what my granddad loved. My education of Manchester United goes back to those times, the VHS videos we used to watch and all sorts. Manchester United to me isn't just, oh, we've signed Anthony. That's exciting. But Manchester United to me is everything it's been throughout my life. The Panini sticker books, you know, Gordon Strachan and all that. It's like Manchester United is, it transcends managers and players. It's for football fans, it's a religion, isn't it? And Manchester United means everything to me, like everything. You know, I think about everything about Manchester United. I think about '99. I think about Sir Alex Ferguson. I think about Brian Robson. I think about what my granddad taught me. Cristiano Ronaldo is part of that. When I see a United fan saying, "Get out of my club, you scum," and this, that, and the other, you're finished, I think, God, what a dangerous world we live in as Manchester United fans if we've now got people in our fan base that are so bloody flippant that they will turn on somebody week to week, regardless of what they've done in our club. I don't get that. But I think these sort of things are dangerous. And look, the final thing is Ronaldo is also said to be furious about Ten Hag, claimed he did not bring him on during last week. Look, I've got no problem with that. I think even Eric Ten Hag admitted that. Ronaldo not being happy about not playing in the Manchester derby is absolutely fine. You would expect that. I'm sure he won't be happy about playing against Everton, but I wouldn't play him against Everton. So, you know, Ronaldo can deal with that. And Ten Hag can deal with a player that's not happy. But you can't have players leaking out stuff about the manager and his style of play. And it's not logical. None of it's logical. You know, he's privately complained about the nature and quality of Ten Hag's training sessions. Bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. I know for a fact that United players, if they're not happy with Ten Hag's training, it's because it's hard work and it's more intense than it's ever been. It doesn't make any sense that Cristiano Ronaldo, who spent a year under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is complaining about Ten Hag's training methods when Ten Hag's training methods are up there with people like Pep and Klopp. They are intense, they are football related, they are a lot more in depth than anything Ronaldo has seen at United in the last 12 months. It doesn't make sense that he would be complaining about them, and it doesn't make sense that he'd be moaning about the Ajax system that Ten Hag's obsessed with when we're not even implementing it yet. We're playing a different system. Ten Hag can't spend all week training us like Ajax, then play counter-attacking football. You don't get that time in football. If we're playing counter-attacking football, which is what we are, he's working on that all week. So there's just no sense to it. Other than, at the end of the day, people are happy to put stuff out there to just dislodge and unsettle Manchester United. And I'm not talking necessarily about the person who's written the article. I'm talking about the person who's leaking the information. And let's not forget, it's only, 2 or 3 weeks since we had Harry Maguire with a similar article, a source close to Harry Maguire, which, you know, honestly, we reacted to really badly because people close to footballers shouldn't be causing these issues. And that caused Maguire a lot of problems. This isn't even linked to somebody, a source close to Ronaldo. This journalist won't even say that. With the Maguire article, it was a source close to Maguire. Didn't mean it was Maguire. This isn't even a source close to Ronaldo. This is who is it? Who is it? Because that's where the credibility of any article is. A source close to Harry Maguire, well, that could be Harry Maguire saying stuff and the source has thrown him under the bus. It could be somebody making it up. I don't know. With this, we don't even know. We don't even know if it's a source close to Ronaldo. And a lot of it doesn't make sense. But what it does do is it creates a story that is negative about Manchester United. And the overarching thing for me is to say this. It's frustrating and it's not where we should be as a fan base. As a fan base, we are trying to win games for our manager in a long, new process. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo will be part of that till January. At least he might even be part of it till the summer. It is not logical or helpful for United fans to fall for this. It is not helpful for United fans to start turning on players when if Martial gets injured, Ronaldo's our striker. So we need to focus on supporting the manager, supporting the players. And I've said this before. Luke Shaw comes into the team against Everton. Good. Let's support him. Maguire comes back from injury. If we lose Varane or Martinez, he gets his chance. Let's see what he can do. We need to support these players. Obviously, they've got to deliver. If they don't deliver, they'll be criticised. But this constant cycle of stories coming out, which ultimately, let's be honest, it's always the same. It's always the same. The problem is the intensity and the problem is the leaks. And I don't for 1 minute think that Richard Arnold, as CEO, has got hold of that club and has the power to stop certain people within that club leaking out like they do. I know for a fact that that's still going on. People think it's not going on, but it is. There's already loads of examples of leaks under Ten Hag, and yet again, it's another one. So let's not pretend when Ten Hag says this is going to take a long process to get things sorted on the pitch, it's also going to take a long time to sort the leaks as well. I think people thought, because in pre-season we passed the ball about a lot and beat teams with a high possession-based football system, and everyone was smiling doing winning team photos, I think people thought we were going to play like Ajax and there'd be no more leaks. Well, we're not playing like Ajax, and there are plenty of leaks still. And you've got to see it coming, because all it does is divide the fan base. And I, for one, am not going to have that happening. I think we've got to try and look at things and analyse things and go, why would it make sense for Cristiano Ronaldo or Eric Ten Hag to leak information like that? It just doesn't. It just absolutely doesn't. Anyway, get your comments in below. We've got the Everton preview coming out for you very, very soon as well. It was meant to be going up this morning, but obviously we needed to react to this. Give us your comments. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video. We are getting really close to 1.5 million. In fact, I think we're on 1.497.5. So we're 2,500 subscribers away. Make sure you smash that like, subscribe and share the video. So close we could hit it tomorrow on the watch along. Speak to you all in a bit.